thing, that is vibhakti. Suptingo vibhakti samastah. Suptingo means there was not like one sup or one thing cannot make any vibhakti. Of course, one sup pratyaya itself is vibhakti, thing pratyaya itself is vibhakti. Okay, sup, the structure of sup and thing are vibhaktis. Okay. For these two, another term is given padam. Suptinantam padam. Padam. Both are like somewhat related. Okay, but padam is like in loka. Vibhakti is only in shastra. Padam can be used by non-grammarians, I mean Naiyayikas or Vedantis or general normal Sanskrit speakers also use padam term. But vibhakti, it is a term only like used in shastra, Vyakaran shastra process. Okay, vibhakti means sup and thing. Okay, now we have to define artha, the meaning of sup and thing. Now you have to explain what is sup and what is thing. No, I am explaining you how you should write and expand. If this question is asked for 10 marks or 15 marks, directly naming 7 vibhaktis are there, 8 vibhaktis, when you add sambodhana it makes 8. That answer sometimes will not be comprehensive. So that you should go to the word, you should explain the meaning of the word, then we should come to prathama and other vibhaktis. Sup means, what is sup? It's not like that. Sup is one of the pratyaharas. Sup is one of the pratyaharas. What is the pratyahara? One sutra you should recite. Maybe that is not there in Sandhi course, but you should learn it before upcoming semesters only. Going before upcoming semesters only, you should learn it. Sup is one of the pratyaharas which included 24 pratyaharas. Okay, Svaujasama Chastabhyam Visnebhyam, one big sutra is there. Maybe you must have studied during Shabdamanjari recitation. Just when you open Shabdamanjari, maybe in any Sanskrit beginning book, they mention this in the beginning, maybe first page or second page. There are 24 pratyayas, those called as supratyayas. Okay, 24 pratyayas means like there among 24, each 3 is divided as a separate subgroup. Okay, Mama. There, Suojas is having 2 names. One is Prathama and second is Sambodhana Prathama. First you have to write down those 24 pratyayas. 24 in the sense, in the sutra there are 21 only. But we have to use this Suojas twice. So that becomes 24. Are you getting me, Amma? Am I clear? Suojas, Amoksha, Stabhyambis, Niyabhyambis, Nasibhyambis, Nasosan, Nivosu. These are 21 pratyayas. In these 21, this first one Suojas will be repeated. Then that becomes 24. Okay, Nama. There, first 3 Suojas get the name Prathama. Second Suojas get the name Sambodhana Prathama. Next, Amoksha, Tritiya, Rabhyambis, Tritiya, and so on. These are what? The Prathama, Tritiya, and other names. For what these are the names? First Suojas, Amoksha, Pratyayas. Now come to present Vibhakti Artha. Here now what is Prathama? Prathama means Suojas Pratyayas. Dvitiya means Amoksha Pratyayas. When and where these Tritiya Suakar. That is a big doubt when you use them. For that, Parani listed some sutras. Okay. There, like how you begin with Pradipika from Mayanga, when you explain each sutra, each sutra will take no more than hours to hours to explain. So, since they ask for 10 marks or 50 marks, just you begin with this Vibhakti's introduction. After giving Vibhakti's introduction, just mention the sutras and you write the meaning of the sutra. In this 15 mark question, no need to go in deep to each sutra. Just list out the sutras. For Pradima Vibhakti, only one sutra is there. That is Pradipika and Pradima. For Sambodhana Pradima Vibhakti, only one sutra is there. That is Sambodhana. Okay. For Dvitiya Vibhakti, there are multiple sutras. Okay. What are the sutras means? You have to list out. For Dvitiya Vibhakti, there are many sutras. For Tritiya Vibhakti also, there are many sutras. Just you list out the sutras and then during the examination, if the question is asked, then you write them. Okay, Nama. For such questions, no need to go in deep, no need to deep explanation or analysis. If one question is asked only for explanation, then you should do Parivibhaga and whatever the structure we followed, that to be followed. For these general questions, no need to follow such typical structure. Just give the brief introduction, why it is being added in this present context and how it is related to this. Just mention that and write on. Okay. For Vibhaktis, there are 4 reasons for occurring Vibhaktis. Okay. For occurring Vibhaktis, 4 reasons. What are they? First is Karakam. Karakam is the first reason. Whenever any karmadi karakam is there, then Dvitiyadi Vibhaktis will occur. That is the first reason. Second is Karma Pravachaniya is the second reason. Karma Pravachaniya, that might be there in the syllabus. They must have covered it. I am not sure because I did not go through the entire document. So that Karma Pravachaniya is the second reason. Okay, now. The third is proximity of some other words is third reason. Like Namaha. When Namaha word occurs, we have to use Chaturthi. Like Vina. When Vina occurs, we have to use Dvitiya, Tritiya, Panchami. Like that. This is proximity of other words. If the word is existing, then this Vibhakti will occur. That's it. And another is some special meaning. Some special meaning is a cause for Vibhakti. For example, Hetu. Whenever there is Hetu, then there can be Tritiya Vibhakti or Panchami Vibhakti. Okay, Nama. Whenever there is another special meaning, then that special Vibhakti will occur. Those special meanings are listed in that Vibhakti Artha Tridhana. You understand now? Whenever these 4 reasons are there, then these Prathama Dvitiya Vibhaktis will occur. Okay. You understood now? I gave you a brief observation about Vibhakti, how to present it. You recite them, the Sutrarthas, then you can write it down. Now you read first Pradipika Pradipika Vachanamatre Prathama. You mentioned that. What did you write there? Did you recite these all? Did you recite these all? Did you understand all these? That is what. For understanding this, it takes much time. 1 month time is not at all sufficient. Netopasthitika means whenever when you hear one word, there should be like some like remembrance of certain meaning. For example, you remember the word Shiva, for example. When you hear the word Shiva, for sure, when you know about the characteristics, the speeches of Shiva, then you remember one Trishula will be there, Bhasmakaranam will be there, and Garjar Mambaram that will be there, Parvati besides to Shiva. These are all things you will remember for sure. Okay, so the letters, the combination of letters, Shakara, Ikara, Bakara, Akaras, when you listen to these or when you hear them, then for sure you get these meanings in your mind. That is Pratipadika. Shiva is Pratipadika. The remembering of the particular feature character is Pratipadika. Okay, Niyatopasthitikaha means for necessarily that remembrance be there. Sometimes what happens, you have a close friend called Shiva. When you hear this Shiva term, you generally remember this person only, the person who wears some veshti, who may be having some any hairstyle, who does something like any abnormal thing or anything. You remember these one. That would be this Pratipadika. You understand? Then you don't remember the original Trishulakari Shiva. Then you remember the person who is your very close to you, his characteristics. So Shiva is a Pratipadikam that may necessarily like remembered in different contexts. According to that context, that remembering will be there. That is what the Pratipadika. Wherever this Pratipadika are there Pradhama Vibhakti occurs. This is basic level of explanation, but we have to go in deep. As per your Siddhanta Kaumudi syllabus, they won't ask more on this. I hope so. Okay, Nidopasthita Pratipadika, and then did you write all that Kaumudi explanation there? Gambha. They are going in deep. What they say there, Pratipadika Kalinga Parimana Vachanamatre, that is the compound. What is the vigraha of that compound means samasa? What is the vigraha of that samasa? How the word is getting attached to other words. The last word is getting attached to other words. Pratipadika Kalinga Parimana Vachanamatra. Here Vachana Matra, both are there. How Matra is getting attached to every word and how what is Vachana? They are explaining that. Since it is a special samasa, general samasa sutras not sufficient to make this samasa. So that we have to accept some special samasa sutra. That special samasa sutra is Mayura Vyamsakadi. Okay now. If you write it or not also, it's if you remember this exactly, then you can write it. Otherwise, you leave it. Since they are not asking you to write this sutra explanation there. If this question is asked, you have to write down the reasons for Brahma Vibhakti. Just write down the reasons. Pratipadika is first reason, Lingam is second reason, Vachanam is third reason, Parimanam is the fourth reason. These are the four reasons. Wherever these four reasons occur, then Brahma Vibhakti will come. That's fine. Apadam. Dromapaya padam. Yes, Visarana karma means you should understand what is karakam. When you understand what is karakam, then you get to know all other things also. As we discussed, for vibhakti, the major reason is karakam. For occurring vibhakti, the major reason is karakam. Wherever karakatvam is there, then according to the type of karakatvam, different vibhaktis will occur. Now the question, what is karakam? What is karakam? Did you hear the word karakam? What do you mean by that? What did you understand? Karakam generally in Sanskrita usage we use for this Srishti, Ishvara is karakam, isn't it? Karta api bhavati. Karta. पारिभाषिका निर्वर्तयति निवर्तयति means different meaning. Nivartayati means like sending someone. Nirvartayati means producing something. So what is karakam? Karoti iti karakam. Which does anything, that is karakam. For example, aham lekhinya pustake अंकनी गृहीत्वा परीक्षायै समाधातु लिखामि. This is the small परीक्षायै सिद्धतां करोमि. This is the sentence, small sentence. Small means we wanted to include all kartas, so we tried to include many vibhaktis. Okay, now. So siddhatam karomi. Karomi is kriya. When you raise a question over kriya, who? Then the samadhanam will be aham. Aham karomi. So since aham is directly related to karomi, so it is a karakam. Okay. And then whatever it is directly related to any kriya padam, any kriya, all of them are karakas. Okay, nama karoti iti karakam. Karoti means here like that particularly helps to produce the kriya. If that is not there, then the production will never happen. When lekhini is there, then only we are capable of writing. When lekhini is not there, then we cannot write. It's not possible. When pustakam is there, then only we are capable of writing. When pustakam is not there, how can we write? You understand now? So in such way, whatever it is necessary for the production of that particular action, that everything called as karakam. Here everything is required. Pustakam is required, lekhani is required, aham is required, pariksha is also required. You understand now? Whatever it is required, that should be there. If it is not there, then also it is the kriya is producing, then that is not karakam. Ramasya mitraha aham. रामस्य मित्रः अहं लेखन्या परीक्षायै सिद्धतां करोमि. In this karomi, Ramasya is nowhere related. For the production of writing, Rama is not necessarily required. Aham is required, not Rama. Ramasya mitraha va Shivasya mitraha va, nowhere it is matter. So, thus Ramasya, Shivasya, both are not karakas to this present karomi. You understand now? In that scenario, by the action, whatever we do like the most, that is called karma. Kartuhu ipsitatamam karma. Kartuhu, for any doer. By that particular action, whatever he likes the most, that is karma. Here karomi is like kriya padam, there karomi is kriya. By this karanam, the most likely thing is siddhata. Siddhata karomi. Since siddhata is karma, so it gets vidya vibhakti, siddhatam karomi. Like that, aham jalam pibami. Panam is kriya, aham is doer. By the action of drinking, the most likely thing is water. So the water gets the karma term, karaka. So it gets vidya vibhakti, karmani vidya. But the relevance of that particular action is required. That most likely thing is not required, it's required, but that should be relevant to that particular action that is more required. You understand now? Aham jalam pibami, but jalam is not my most desirable one. I like other tea or any other thing more. But as of now, I am drinking. So that most liking is there in the tea, not in water. So water will not get karma, and we should not claim that. So by this particular drinking action, the most desirable one is water. You may like tea or coffee or something else, that is not at all matter for now. We are like only observing with respect to the present action. That matters a lot. That is karma. Karturu ipsita tamam. Ipsita tamam means the most likely thing. That gets karma done. You understand now? Sometimes the karma also has some desire. That desire will not be accepted anywhere. Kartuhu desire is only accepted, not karmas, not any other karakas. When the sutra asks, then you should write Kartuhu ipsitam karma iti kavivagaha. Then when any time such sutra, then you should follow our structure. Then you can follow it. What is adhikara there, how everything is coordinated there, what is anuvritti there, then you should write it. Anuvritti is the adhikara sutra, that is not anuvritti. Here, Kartuhi is karake, only karake gets anuvritti. Kartuhi is the tamam karaka, karma bhavati. That's it. You should have. Kartuhu ipsitamam karma itu kavivagaha. Kartuhu Kartuhu means kartu shabdasya sashti vachanam. Ipsitamam, you got this vibhakti. Like ipsitamam, you got this tadhita vritti. Here in the ipsitamam nama, Sanadivritti is there, Pratidivritti also there. You should write both of them. Like defining words, what is Ipsitam, what is Ipsitatamam. You should write that. What is Ipsitam? Aptum, Icha, Ipsa. Aptum, Ishtatamam, Ipsitatamam. Aptum, Icha, Ipsa. Aptum, Ishtatamam, Ipsitatamam. So that we have to follow these vigrahas and all from the reference books only. We can write on our own, but sometimes that is not authentic for our explanation. It's so fine, but when you are writing in the examination, it's not sufficient. Okay, now you should remember these all vigrahas for sure. When you have the book, then mark all these vigrahas and recite them. Then Karake is Adhikara Sutra, that is Saptanya Ekavachananta, but that will be converted into Karma Vibhakti. Then that is Viseshyam. Ipsitatamam is Visheshanam. So Kartuhu Ipsitatamam Karakam Karma iti Saumya Labhate iti Sutrartha. That's it. You understand now? Then yes. Yes, but be careful, right? When you write, you should write without mistakes. In sentences. And then Dhruvapaya Pradhanam. Dhruvapaya Pradhanam means the Karakam that is necessarily important, but that wherever such action is there, in such action, if two things are getting divided, among in between those two things, which is stable thing, that gets the term apadana. One action should be there. That action should be related to some division, dividing. Wherever such action is related to dividing, whenever you fall divide, two things will be there. One is stable, another thing is falling down. Sometimes both of them will be falling down. It depends on the context. Okay, Rama. When both are falling down, there should be two kriyas. Okay. Then one is falling down, there is only one kriya. One is stable. When both of them are falling down or moving, then both of them are having kriya. Okay. So in such case, whatever it is stable, that gets the term apadana. For example, Ruksha Parmam Patati. Patati means falling down. There is a division. Fruit and leaf both are there. Fruit, tree and fruit. Tree and fruit or tree and leaf, anything. Both are there. They are united before. Due to some heavy breeze or wind, fruit or leaf is falling down. Tree is stable. Okay, action is there. The action is related to division. In the division, two things. One is tree, another is fruit or leaf. There, tree is stable. Only fruit or leaf, both of them or any of them is falling down. So, the thing which is stable, that gets the term apadana. What is stable? Tree is stable, it won't move. So, that gets apadana. Whenever anything gets the term apadana, that will be associated with Panchami Vibhakti. So, Vriksha Karmam Patati sentence will be framed. Okay, now. Some example, Ashwa Patati. Some other examples. Ashwa Patati Man is sitting on the horse. There, since man is falling, Ashva is stable. So Ashva gets the term Apadana Ashvata. Interestingly, when Ashva is moving, what do we do? That is the question. You get mama? Now Ashva is also not stable since it is also running. So what we initially told the definition, wherever there is a division, in that division, whichever is stable, that gets the term Apadana. Now, nothing is stable. Man is falling down, Ashva is also running away or falling down it also. So both of them are not at all stable. Now what will happen in such condition? You understand the complexity now? Now, for that we have to think Ashva has one Kriya, a separate Kriya. This person is also having a separate Kriya. You understand, ma? When Ashva is falling down, then the sentence will be Ashvaha Patati. Okay, no? Ashvaha Patati. There are two Patana Kriyas. One Patana Kriya is related to Ashva, another Patana Kriya is related to Raja or Manushya or anyone. So one, with respect to first Patana Kriya, man is falling down, Ashva is stable, so Ashva gets Panchami Vibhakti, there is no word at all. When Ashva is also moving, then in this second Patana Kriya, Ashvaha is not stable, so it won't get Panchami Vibhakti, Apadana, so Ashvaha Patati. You understand now? Ashvaha Patati. That's what we have to go to next level. Now we have seen Ashva Patati. Ashva Patati, Ashva Purushaha Patati. You have to add that Prathamantamam also, then only we get a clear understanding. Ashva Purushaha Patati. When you add Patati, that is directly related to Purushaha. Ashva Purushaha Patati. Okay, Rama. Then when you only observe this Patana Kriya of Ashva, then it is only Ashvaha Patati. Then this Ashva, for the falling of Ashva, there should be some reason. For no reason, how any horse also can fall? There should be some reason. What is the reason? The horse is also falling, running away. Since the horse is running, due to some unconnected leg coordination, the Ashva is falling down. So, for this, in such case, that Ashva is stable. You understand, man? How it is stable? It means when we are dhava, buddhya tatato ashvato. For this dhavataha ashvatpatati, since it is running away, due to its running, the horse is falling down. In that, the horse is stable with respect to another kriya. For this kriya, it is not stable with respect to another kriya that is stable. With respect to another kriya, the horse is stable so that it gets the term apadana. With respect to this Patana Kriya, Ashva's Patana Kriya, that is not stable, so it won't get Panchami Vibhakti. When it is related to man's falling Kriya, then the Ashva is stable, so it gets Panchami Vibhakti. You understand now? There are two Kriyas. One is Patani Kriya of man, another is Patani Kriya of Ashva, horse. So, since Patani Kriya, with respect to Patani Kriya of man, the Ashva is stable. So, it gets Panchami Vibhakti. When it is not stable, when you see the falling of Ashva, when you see the action of Ashva, with respect to Ashva's action, it is not stable. Then it gets Ashva Bhakti. You understand now? We have to see two Patani Kriyas there. One Patani Kriya is related to one, another Patani Kriya is related to another. Huh? When you want this Ashva to Panchami, then you should understand this Patani Kriya is related to man. In that relation, the Ashva is stable, so it gets the term Apadana, so it gets Panchami Bhakti. When you see the only falling of Ashva, you don't see the falling of man, then Ashva won't get Panchami, won't get Apadana term, since it is not stable. Clear, Mama? You have to treat two Kriyas there. Whenever the avadhi is also like moving, then we should see two Patani Kriyas. Two, any Kriyas not here, we have Patani Kriya. In other conditions, there may be another Kriya. Now, how you write this? Dhruvam apaye apadanam. Iti padvibhagah. Karake janvartate pradhamantaya viparinamyate. Karake iti saptamyantam adhikarah. तच्च प्रथमान्तया विपरिणम्यते ध्रुवं नाम स्थिरं इत्यर्थः अवधिभूतम् इति यावत् स्थिरं नाम किम् अवधिभूतम् इति अवधिभूतम् इति कथं लभ्यते इत्युक्ते किञ्चित् विवरणम् अपेक्षते तदिदानीं मास्तु ध्रुवं नाम स्थिरं अवधिभूतम् इति यावत् तेन किं लब्धम् अपायो नाम विश्लेषः. You have to define this word. अपायो नाम विश्लेषः. विश्लेषो नाम विभागः. विश्लेषः means विभागः. विभागः is division. अपाये विभागे. Since it is saptami, we have to take अपाये विभागे. विभागे ध्रुवम् अपादानं. विभागे ध्रुवं कारकम् अपादानं भवति. You understand that? विभाग अपाये ध्रुवं कारकम् अपादानं. ध्रुवं नाम स्थिरम् अवधिभूतं. स्थिरं नाम स्टेबल. नाम अपाये ध्रुवम् अपादानम् इति संज्ञां लभते. अपाये ध्रुवं कारकम् अपादानम् इति संज्ञां लभते. उदाहरणं वृक्षात् पर्णं पतति. पतनक्रिया अस्ति, विभागः अस्ति. विभागे द्वौ स्तः वृक्षः पर्णं च. तत्र वृक्षः स्थिरः भवति इति कृत्वा वृक्षस्य अपादानम् इति संज्ञा भवति. That's it. You understand now? Right? Then yes, ma'am. Before, with the reciting of sutras and sutrarthas, it is better for you if you recite these vikrahas and all. The specific paribhashika sabdas we should recite. At the same time, we should recite the vikrahas each and every. What is apaya? Apaya nama visleshaha. Thus we have no another option. We should recite. How do you know apaya means vislesha? That is a big topic that you can't just within this mistake today. Just you have to recite that's it. Whenever you get these some definitions or some difficulties and all, mark it down. Then read it many times, write it 1 or 2 times. That will help you for you to write. Uh, uh, and you do write some of the kriyas also. The kriya of Shabda Sandhi, etc. And did you write that Yajna Sandhi? What did you write? I mean, I asked you to write Visarga Sandhi, no? Okay, whatever you write, no, just to focus on the word and its meaning. What is Visarga? What is Sandhi? Uh, where is Visarga? How Visarga is coming? Understand? That you, when you see Maheshwar Sutra, there is no Visarga. Then why it is being called so? Why it is Sandhi? When it becomes Sandhi, what are the reasons for it? You think. First go with the terms and their definition. Then you get more understanding of anything, not just this Vyakarana. When you go with words and their meanings, you get better understanding of anything. Okay, now you write other things in. Okay.
తినేసాను 4 గంటలేసాను ఇంకా ఆపరేషన్ తినేసాను కొంచెం అంతే నేను తినేసాను నిద్ర చూస్తాను సో సాయంత్రం అలవాటు అయిపోయి